Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for October 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your monthly reading for October. I can't believe the year is flying on by so quickly, but here we are. And this is the month that I have been a little bit concerned about. But let's see how the energy will affect you personally and the world at large. Now, we are officially in Libra season, which will influence you to seek new horizons, start new projects, expand your knowledge or reach, be curious, and embark on new travel destinations. It's a perfect time to get creative, get deeper clarity on your desires, whilst at the same time strengthening relationships with important people in your lives. Now this month, it should all be about balance and harmony. However, we have the last eclipse of the year occurring, and it is a big one. It's a solar eclipse that occurs during a new moon, which can trigger some major reality checks and literally fling you out of your comfort zone. Now, eclipses offer shocking but also positive personal revelations, shifts of perspective, or even course corrections to get you back on track to do what you love and what is right for you. It can even radically change an important relationship or see you start an important relationship, whether it's love-related, business, or even friendship. Now, combining Mercury's influence this month, it can also indicate some surprising news comes your way. Now, this doesn't have to be negative news. However, whatever it is all for your highest good in the end. So do remember that when you receive this exciting but surprising piece of news. Now, an eclipse plus a new moon, it actually increases your manifestation potential. So get really clear on what it is you want and stride boldly forward, for the universe shall work with your energy to achieve it, delivering a prosperous outcome. I would say make those wishes and manifestations before the 9th of October though, as Jupiter, the planet of good luck and prosperity, it retrogrades and it will not turn direct again until February 2025, when the energy will stabilize again. Now, on a global scale, if you think the last couple of years have been a bit weird, hold on to your hats. This could be the start of some very bumpy energy for some time to come, especially in terms of world events. Now, this eclipse, it can influence some sudden new governmental structures, rules, regulations, or policies to be put in place. You may even see a radical dismantling of traditional structures or sudden reshuffles of people in positions of authority or power, which can cause shock, anger, and disappointment. We may even hear of a well-known global leader leaving the earthly plane and dissect the legacy they leave behind and what we learn from it, if anything at all. Now, Libra season also represents strong alliances, peace, and love. But of course, this eclipse, it squares Mars. I mean, of course it would. Why wouldn't it? As if we are not going through enough already. But this is a planet of conflict and arguments, so we could see some new alliances form globally, as well as a breakdown in existing global contracts and further conflicts escalating too. Now, I hope I'm wrong there. Do remember that Mars can be a very positive force of transformation and change. So the saving grace here, though, could be we have a trine in Jupiter on the 8th before it retrogrades, and that will fight really hard to find a positive resolution. But its task, gotta be honest, it will be a difficult one. Now, Pluto, planet of life-altering change, also dips back into the sign of Capricorn, and that will occur on the 11th of October. This is the threshold of change, and this is where I've been a little bit nervous about, but let's see how it goes, because let's put it this way, the last time that Pluto shifted in this way into Capricorn was in 2008, and this is where the world witnessed one of the largest financial crises of our generation. Luckily, this period, it will be brief, as Pluto will re-enter Aquarius in November, but this month is the realization that all is not as well as it seems. Now, Pluto reveals cold, hard truth, and partnered with the eclipse energy, lots of exposés will continue this month surrounding hidden agendas and illicit wrongdoings. It's time for the truth to finally out, and this will continue way into 2025. But is this merely a distraction? I did mention in my yearly for 2024 to let you know that Pluto, it will expose everything in the year of 2024, and it will continue to rip that curtain down. Nothing will be hidden. So we're already seeing that occur at this moment in time. Now, if you know my readings, you'll also know that, I have been drawn to certain places in the world, and I kind of mention it in certain readings because basically this month there is a lot of intense energy, and it can be a period that will see some of the most extreme tectonic plate movements. And basically, I've always been guided towards the Ring of Fire. My guides keep drawing my attention to that. So we may see like some changes in certain areas that are connected to that. For example, I mean, this could be symbolic. It could be that, we're about to enter the solar eclipse period called the Ring of Fire. So it could be that there's going to be some major eruptions because of this period, but also it could point to the edges of the Pacific Ocean for more major activity. I'm also drawn to the Anatolian plate and the African plate in the Mediterranean Sea for some major eruptive potential too. And again, I hope I'm wrong on this, but the energy is a little bit volatile. It does support it. But on a personal level, actually, Pluto is very positive. It can help you detox, declutter, articulate yourself effectively so that you have your needs met, and build a deeper relationship with your inner self. The super full moon also occurs on the 17th, and this will ask you to pay more attention to your health and make long-lasting changes to improve your well-being. You will literally commit 100% to your self-improvement this month. And also, whatever you align yourself with in the month of October, it will amplify into 2025. So make sure that you do more of what you love, as October will act as a mirror of what to expect next year too. It really is a potent time for you to release any heavy energy, to release anxiety as well, and empower yourself for the next part of your journey. And yes, October, it will be a little bit of a bumpy month to navigate, but on a personal level, it actually yields so many rewards and revelations that will aid you with the next steps on your path. And you have the Tower at the end of the month, right? And this is a card of revelation, sudden wake-up calls. So I definitely see there's a transformative energy about you happening this month too. So we'll get into that when we get into it. But also, I want you to be aware, of course, that the end of the month is my favorite time of year, Samhain or Halloween to some. And this is a magical time, and it's perfect to light a candle for the ancestors, to offer up a moment of gratitude for their struggle. It opened the pathway for us to thrive. And the veil shall be the thinnest during this period, so expect messages from loved ones in spirit in the form of feathers, coins, and scent to let you know they protect you, they're with you, they love you, and they are guiding you towards greater things, and you deserve the best in life, okay? So let us get involved in your reading. There's a lot of cards here, a lot of complex energy. So let us see what has happened here for you. This is your protagonist energy. This is how you're approaching the month, okay? This is anything that's against you, any of the energies that are working a little bit against you there, and this is the outcome. So we've got the Emperor, so you're totally dominating this month. You're approaching October with a can-do attitude. I mean, I feel like you've got a lot of responsibilities. You're going to be taking care of your tasks. This is you being very strict with yourself and crossing a lot of things off your to-do list. You're going to be very empowered, but also I feel like you are creating structure in your life, getting organized, strategizing. Now, that's not surprising because this is a card of stability, and it's also a card of ambition, and you are governed this month by your 4th house and your 10th house, okay? Now, the 4th house is all about stability, your home life, all things domestic. Decluttering is going to be on your mind in the house space, of course, creating a sanctuary, DIY maybe, even some of you with that Emperor card, setting up a business, working from home. If you do that already, I definitely feel that you're trying to remain balanced and not have any distractions so that you can remain on target there as well. But this is a month of big philosophical questions for you, where you ask yourself, are you in the place that you feel like you should be in, whether that's physical, mentally, or spiritually? It could also ask you where you belong in the world right now. Are you yearning to be in a different part of the world? Are you making certain decisions right now to relocate? Also, this is about finding more grounding and security in your everyday circumstances, and that Emperor energy is establishing that level of security. Now, of course, your 10th house of ambition really connects to this card. So whatever it is that you are going to be doing this month, you're going to do it with force. So if you have decided that you're going to declutter like a cupboard in your house, then suddenly you find that actually you've made a major overhaul in the whole of your house. Okay, so you're not going to stop at just one. It just feels like you're taking on monumental tasks this month in order to get all your projects done. So if there's things that you've left by the sideline saying, oh, I've always been meaning to fix that cupboard, or I've always been meaning to set up that business, or launch that idea, or paint that painting, whatever it is, you're going to be on it this month. I feel like you're going to be very strict with your time, but also this is a card of success. So whatever it is you start, you will finish, and you will feel very proud of yourself that you were successful in that endeavor. Now, it doesn't have to be to do with career, but it can be. If you are in a career, this is about you being motivated, ambitious, and having the energy to get your projects finished and your tasks done. And of course, you'll elevate in business too and make your mark. For some of you, you're thinking about walking away from something because you feel like the money isn't right for the effort that you've been putting in. I feel like you've already established yourself wherever you are there, because the Emperor is pretty much a plateau. You've got to a very high level in your career, but you feel there's more to go. So wherever you're at right now, you may feel like it's time to smash through that glass ceiling. And if you haven't got an opportunity to grow in the industry that you're in right now, I see you diversifying. So if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you're trying new things this month. And I feel like you'll establish your reputation as being successful and someone with great ideas, and you're destined for the top. And if you're working for a company, this could see you, ask someone in a position of authority, is there room for maneuver in the company? And if the answer is no, I see with that 8 of Cups, a lot of you are deciding to walk away for a new start. And you may actually shock a lot of people, but this is something you've been thinking about for some time, because I see at the end of the month here, some of you, it could be a change of direction that's sudden, or some of you with the Fool card, it can be that, you're suddenly launching something new, coming out of your comfort zone. Whatever's happening at the end of the month is very exciting. It feels like a new adventure. So whether you're relocating, whether you're launching something, whether you've got a new idea, or whether you're like tackling your home and like doing some DIY, whatever it is, there is a sense of purpose, but also a sense of being proud of all your efforts. You did a job well done there as well, okay? Now, of course, this 10th house, whether you're in a career or not, this is going to see you more organized, and that's really reflected in this card. So whatever you want to focus on your to-do list, you're going to cross all those things off, and you're going to leave the month thinking, wow, I did a lot. I also see you're being stricter with the budget this month as well with this card. I also feel there's an energy of trying to control your emotions, okay? Now, you're a wonderful, feeling, nurturing, sensitive, supportive person, but I feel here that you're trying to contain it, okay? So I feel with the 8 of Wands there, 3 of Swords, something has been a little bit difficult or hurt you in some way. It could be someone's words wounded you, because the 8 of Wands can be communication. 3 of Swords, swords are all about words, ideas. So it could be someone has done something to you that has hurt you, and you're trying to just find balance and, hold it all together. This is how you're approaching the month, but at the end of the month here, I feel that there is some sort of breakthrough on that, because the Tower, it can be a shock, like it could be a shock revelation, like someone has said something to you that's wounded you and you couldn't believe that they would say such a thing, but suddenly I feel, the truth will out. And with the 8 of Cups there, And the Hangman, it's like it needs time or respite for both parties to process it. But because you have the Two of Cups here in the resistance position, which will go into the upright at the end of the month, it means you come together because there is a bond of love and respect and care. Okay, so if you're having a bit of a conflict with someone who's really close to you right now, I see that the olive branch will be offered this month. Now, the Emperor can also indicate advice. So some of you may be getting some sort of advice this month. Because we have the Temperance card there, some of you may be thinking about going into counseling. Maybe you're thinking about becoming a counselor. I feel this is an energy here of you dominating your personal energy to stop some sort of fluctuation in energy levels. So it could be that you're basically moving away from anyone who drains your energy, or you may be identifying through a practitioner, for example, a hormonal imbalance. So it could be that you are, getting some news on something health related, and you identify the reason why you're feeling so drained, or why your hormones have been off a little bit. I feel there could be, a pinpoint of how to resolve it. Because remember, the Tower, if you're feeling stuck, this is a breakthrough. This is like suddenly a realization, like, oh, I did realize that every time I ate that thing, I felt a little bit weird a couple of hours later. Or, I did realize that every time I spent time in that person's company, that I walked away completely drained and feeling like bereft or argumentative or angry. So I feel like you're just identifying something this month that you think, you know what, I got to do something about that. And you're taking charge with that card. Now, the Emperor energy, it says here, structure within the dream world. This card suggests bringing order to the chaos of dreams, symbolizing control, stability, and the realization of dreams. So again, it's this energy of, you've got to a certain position and you need to maintain it. So I feel this is about keeping your house in order, as it were, this month. But also, it's basically about you being stricter with your time, okay? Because we've got the Temperance card, which means you're trying to keep balance. And I feel like you're being patient and diligent, working towards a personal project or personal realization. You're taking action on something, but also I feel this is about your plan, okay? I feel like you're not going on a diversion from your plan. That's what I'm feeling here. I feel like you're blending your energies to make some sort of major change in your life. Now, of course, this is a card which connects to detoxifying as well. So it can indicate here that you're trying lots of different lotions or potions or things trying to detoxify. I feel like they are... I'm just getting an energy of like smoothies, or, it's going to be different for everyone, but that's the main energy I'm getting here. So please take it as it resonates. But I feel like there's just a detoxifying energy about you. It doesn't have to be to do with food substances. It can also be that you're having like a cell phone detox, that you're only going to use it when you absolutely need it. You're not going to scroll aimlessly for hours and waste time. It can also indicate that you're creating some sort of structure to do more things in your day. But the Temperance card is like an energy of focusing more on your life's meaning and purpose. And I feel like you're like currently re-examining priorities at this time and being patient on something that you have in motion that you've been working towards. But you will see some really positive results. We've got a Queen of Pentacles here, and we've also got a Two of Cups along with the Magician card. Something that you've been manifesting for such a long time, which is related to money. So it could be that you're actually drawing this to you, but it's taken a long time to show up for you. So I will pull some cards there, but I feel like whatever it is that you've waited for a long time, the opportunity will arise, but it is closer to November for you than it is October. I got to be honest with you there. For a lot of you, it could be love, if you're looking for love. So I feel like it's on the pinnacle point of October, November. So perhaps there's an event in and around then that you're going to go to where it could see you meet a new person and, strike up some sort of chemistry with that person, because I see soulmate energy coming in for you. But let's get to your predominant energy, Eight of Wands. I feel like you're making some changes. You're going to be very busy. This is a very productive card. It means like you're transforming something. You're going to be energized. If you have been feeling exhausted, this month you have new energies to explore new territories. And I feel like you're eager to explore. I feel like you're right on track, right on target, even though you may feel that With the Magician card, you feel a little bit unfulfilled in some area of your life. I feel like you're going to identify that and do something about it. Whether it is you need to have more fun, spend more time with the people that you love, or travel more. I feel like you're setting changes in motion to make sure that you get the best of all scenarios in your life as much as possible. Now, there is some sort of news that comes in the beginning of the month. And because you have the Three of Swords here and you have the Tower, I need to pull a card on it just to see what that is for you. You know, as you can see, a little pigeon there. So I feel like there's some sort of messenger energy around the Eight of Wands. It can indicate a conversation, however. It feels like suddenly something flows in. It's quick news, but the Three of Swords is at the bottom of it. So let me see what that is for you. We got the Eight of Cups and we got the Ace of Wands. Now, it could indicate a lot of you, if you put your resume out there, finding new opportunities, it can mean that you're sad to leave a place, okay, but ultimately there's something exciting that you're moving towards. You've got the Eight of Cups twice, so this can indicate moving away from something that hasn't been fulfilling, something that you used to love. So whether it's you leaving a neighborhood and you're looking at your house before you leave and think, you know what, I got some fond memories here, really love this place, but it's time to move on. For some of you, it could be that you're thinking about going overseas, or, I mean, the Eight of Cups is a course correction, and this month is all about that. Now, if you've come to this reading and you're currently looking for work because either you were made redundant and that's the difficult energy that you've been dealing with, or maybe you were shocked by that. For some of you, it could be that you had to leave a toxic environment and you shocked them. Or maybe it was that you were just let go of. Whatever happened there before you came to this reading, I feel like, you know, sometimes things can happen and we can feel really like upset or disappointed or devastated by being let go from something or rejected from something. But the universe says, trust me, because the Ace of Wands, that's the hand of the universe popping in to say, I know a better way. This is a better opportunity for you. This is more exciting. This yields more results. This is going to transform your life. Trust the process. So I feel whatever it is that you're walking away from that perhaps, you know, maybe you didn't really want to, but it got to such a situation that you had to, okay, whatever that is, I feel like it changes everything, but in a really good way, because that Ace of Wands is a positive change. Now, for some of you, this could be that you're trying to be more independent. Maybe you're walking away from a 9-to-5 or some sort of stable position because you reached a certain level where now you can become a consultant, where you can set up your own business or become an entrepreneur. So, you know, you've taken the skills with that Temperance card. That's like blending all that you've learned so far in order to create something really special. You know, on the Temperance card, there's normally this flow of energy where it reminds us that we need a little bit of this ingredient, a little bit of that in order to create something really magical in our life. And if we feel that we don't have all the ingredients, we need to go searching for it. And with that Eight of Cups there, whoever walks away on the Eight of Cups, because it's an acknowledgement of being really honest with yourself and saying something isn't working, something has to change. So I feel like you're walking away from something in order to change it, and then you go straight into the Nine of Cups energy, which is a wish fulfilled. Things work out as you'd hoped for. So with that Ace of Wands there, I feel there is transformative action here, and I feel like you know, this is a time to dream big and bold, because whatever it is that isn't fulfilling, that has been a little bit disconcerting, or maybe you've been struggling with something, you know, something just isn't worth it. And I feel like you're moving on to pastures new is what I see there. And because it is your dominant energy, it tells me you're making the decision to change. So even if you've come to this reading and you were, as I said, made redundant or let go, and you're looking for a new role, there is a role here where I feel it's very creative in nature. So if you're looking to partner up with a company, for example, I feel like there's a lot of money involved. And I feel it's almost like you will get an opportunity to either lead a team, or it feels very much like a standalone position, where sometimes it's going to feel a little bit lonely at the top, but it's because you have a level of status that you're going to achieve. But also I feel like you will integrate with other people, but at times you will feel that you are going to have to work a lot alone. But I feel financially it's going to be very lucrative for you, and it'll benefit you and your family. And For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur or thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, it may be a lonely journey at some points, but it will be rewarding and it'll help you connect to other things, and it will actually give you time to spend with the people that you really care about. Now, this shocking change, because I feel like there's like some sort of shocking change around you, which kind of does fling you out of a comfort zone, I gotta be honest, but it's beneficial for you. This is going to occur in and around the eclipse. Okay, because I'm being drawn to that eclipse on the Eight of Cups. Okay, so yeah, I would say in and around the eclipse, there's some major news that comes in, and it feels bittersweet. I got to be honest with you, but it's bittersweet because you feel like you've had memories or you've had good times in a certain place or a certain situation, and you feel the time has come to evolve, to move on from. And I feel it's benefiting you because you are the one in the state of evolution. You're the one who is moving forward and you're leaving something behind. Okay, so for some of you, if, for example, you've come to this reading and you've been going through a divorce, right? It can be that this gets finalized this month and you're thinking about all the good times you shared, but also all the bad times you shared. And there's obviously a reason for the divorce. And it can be that it starts you thinking. And whilst you didn't really want to have it go this way, that's not how it started. That's not how it started, but this is the realization of how it is now. And you're entering into a new pace. I mean, with the Hangman, it feels like there's an element of suspension, but at the same time, it feels like freedom, okay? Because you've got the Fool card. It's like now your energy, it's open to adventure, new paths, new people, new experiences. So I feel whatever it is that you have been attached to that has not been good for you, this is a month of freedom where, you bring more pleasure, more fun, more spontaneity into your life. Now, for a lot of you, this could be a project they've been working on for quite some time. It's been difficult. It's been a bit of a struggle. And, you're basically tying up loose ends, making sure it's done. And when you come to that conclusion, then, of course, you're wondering what's next on your agenda. So with this Three of Swords, also, this can be a card of a misunderstanding. Okay, so there is a potential here for a misunderstanding. And I see that this misunderstanding can come from either a text or an email. Sometimes we do not know the tone of the email or the text that someone sends. So I feel make sure you get all the variables before you jump to a conclusion. Also, I feel if there is the potential for a misunderstanding, make sure you state your intentions clearly, because I feel for some of you, this could be you are misunderstood in what you say. So I feel like there is an energy here of someone asking you to explain yourself. It's almost like they take the wrong impression at first, and everything will be resolved, of course, but I feel there could be just a little bit of a misunderstanding, especially if you're in the working environment, but it could be in the family too, is what I see there, okay? Now, the Three of Swords, it tells me that there is some sort of lament or heartbreak, something here that has felt really hard for you. Now, this could be just the struggle in life, okay? Some of you, especially with the Tower, you're feeling a little bit isolated, maybe even a little bit lonely. Some of you, if you're looking for love, for example, there can be this lament and loneliness that goes with it. Now, don't get me wrong, you're spending time alone doesn't mean you're lonely, but it may be those 3 a.m. thoughts where you think, you know what, it'd be really nice to have a person. Well, I see that there's going to be a breakthrough here, could even be love at first sight. This person's a little bit younger than you, don't let that put you off, but I feel that when you meet this person, it is going to be electric. But also, I feel either you or this person have a vacation planned, and although you're going to get to know each other first, I feel there is a bit of a pause where this person goes away, or maybe you go away, but the lines of communication remain open, okay? That's coming through strongly there too. Now, the Three of Swords, this can also indicate a level of confusion about something. Okay, so I would say if you're signing any contracts or if you're dealing with anything legal this month, I would say get it in writing, especially with the Emperor. This is like get clear communication or get advice on contracts that have legal jargon that sometimes you're like, what? When it says, I therefore the bearer of the and you're like, what? So it could be that you're actually getting some advice on something that is important, whether you're purchasing property, or whether you are, because you've got the real estate card there with the Queen of Pentacles. This can be about the home space. Some of you, if you are selling a property, I would say make sure you get good legal advice there as well, or a good mediator if you're selling it through like a realtor, for example, just so that you don't have any headaches later on, okay? Now, we've got the Magician card, and it's in the resistance position, okay? So this is the energy that's working against you a little bit. Now, this can indicate that some of you may feel that you have procrastinated a little bit. Don't shoot the messenger. I got to give you the message I got. But I feel like you're dominating the energy this month, and you're not wasting your time. You're not wasting your time with people's games. You're not wasting your time with people putting you on hold. I feel like you're not wasting your time scrolling, okay? I feel like you're being very precise about what it is that you watch, what you connect to, who you see this month. And also, I feel some of you, you've been so busy that you haven't had time to manifest. So I feel like you're finding good quality time to protect your inner peace, but also to connect to the law of attraction. And with the Magician card, I feel you are, especially at the end of the month, you're going to be able to manifest a wish or a dream, something you've been working hard towards, because the Queen of Pentacles tells me you worked hard for this, whatever this is, okay? Now, also I'm getting with the Magician card that there's an energy here of staying clear of manipulation, okay? So I feel for some of you, this could be, if you've had an argument with someone, there is a potential this person will try to emotionally manipulate you into getting what they want. I feel like you're not allowing this person to get their way. If I know anything about a Cancerian, you know what? You just can't make them do what they don't want to do. They're very stubborn, and I really admire that, because that means you have values. It means you stand strong in your decisions. So I just feel like someone may try to pull on your heartstrings this month and kind of say, it's almost like play the victim kind of energy. I feel like you're trying to understand this person from their point of view as well, because you tend to be full of empathy. So you try to see things from another person's viewpoint. But at the same time, I feel like this person, they tend to be hard work, and you're kind of like, you know what, I'm not about it this month. I got stuff to do. So I feel part of you is taking a bit of a step back from this person, and it may shock them because they're expecting a certain behavior from you that you tend to give the majority of the time. But not this month. I feel like you're in the throes of action, of making your life work in your favor. Now, of course, anything that is in the resistance position, it will go into the upright there. So again, this is about taking control of your energy and using all the resources that are available to you this month. I also feel this is about you not just making things happen, because I feel there's an energy here of going away on a vacation with a family member. So it could be that you're either taking a road trip, or maybe if you're in a high-level commitment with your partner, it can be that you're going to take a romantic trip away. For some of you, if you are thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm being given, if some of you are in a high-level commitment with a person, but you're not married to this person, okay, it's almost like, and please try to pretend that you're surprised by this, okay, because what I'm seeing here is this person may give you like a hint about getting married. They may talk about, making it official. And then it feels like when you're like taking a break together, they're going to pop the question, because there is a shock energy here. I feel very much like I'm being drawn to sand for sure. Even though this is like a desert type place there, I feel like something sandy or a place near the water. It doesn't have to be like a beach. It can be like a lake or something. I feel there's like a break away. This person, I feel like they're going to, ask you to take that leap of faith with them and commit. And I feel, of course, there's an energy here of, with the Hangman, part of you may you may be surprised and feel a little bit hesitant, and it is a major radical change in your life. But ultimately, I see there's a lot of love here, and I feel the commitment, it's going to be really special. So congratulations if that's you, but do act surprised, because that Tower card, it indicates it will be a surprise. This person's planning a surprise, let's put it that way. And if you're in a high-level commitment, I feel like your partner may actually, if you're married already, they may suggest renewing vows, okay? I feel like there is some sort of like getaway to do something special. And they may plan it, or you both may plan it for the end of the year, okay? Now, it says here, harnessing the power to manifest dreams into reality. This card symbolizes the connection between the material and the ethereal planes, the subconscious and the conscious mind. So I would say some of you, your manifestations have not been working as fast as you want them to. And I feel for some of you, you've been disappointed in something in particular, because that Two of Cups in the resistance position, it can indicate that something hasn't been rewarding for you, or the thing that you've been yearning for or that you would love to have in your life, it hasn't matched your vibration and it hasn't materialized. But I feel some of you may change the approach to it. Okay, because I feel like there's like a new perspective or new knowledge that will help you change an approach to it, and then suddenly you unlock everything. So the obstacle that's been keeping you stuck from having this, it feels like the opportunity suddenly gets realized and it comes your way. Either way, I feel like you have to change your approach to it, okay, for it to move forward. But I feel like you'll have that epiphany in the month of October. So if you are experiencing a struggle or an obstacle, you will have that breakthrough, but it requires a different viewpoint. Now, for some of you with the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, some of you are trying really hard to overcome a separation, or some of you may have been going through a period of grief. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you're struggling with that. It's going to be a cycle, okay? It will be a process. Sometimes you're going to feel up and in control of your emotions, and other times you're just going to be feeling overwhelmed. So I feel like you're just going to work with your body as it heals during this time. And I feel, I know it's such a cliche, time to some degree, it will lessen the sadness, okay? It's not going to heal everything. I got to be honest with you. We're all human and we all feel deeply, and it is a process. It will lessen, but of course it won't truly go away. It will define who you are and shape who you are. And of course, these words will not be a solace to you, but I see some of you thinking about getting away for a little while, maybe even by yourself, to really process life. And, really, time away will help you see things from a different viewpoint. So I feel big changes are occurring for you because of some of these things that you've been going through. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there. On the other side, it's so positive, okay? There's a lot more laughter, joy, and fun here. And some of you are remembering good times, and it's a reminder, especially at the end of the month, that this person, if you have lost someone on the earthly plane, they have transitioned to the spirit plane, then I definitely see that you're going to see some signs or symbols or omens sent by this person to let you know that they are with you. I'm being given, you need to ask for that sign or symbol because it will be very precise to you. Normally I see images, but I'm not being shown anything specific right now, apart from a domino, okay? Random, a domino. So this could be a domino effect, of course. I mean, it could be a piece of a puzzle that slots into something. So yeah, I'm just being given a domino. Maybe it's important in some way. So let's leave that there. With a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from that. The Queen of Pentacles, it's in the resistance position. Some of you keeping a tight rein on your finances. I see a lot of you looking at being stricter with your finances and, budget. You may be noticing that you're working really hard, putting the money in your account, but of course, things are a lot more expensive recently. So you may see that a little isn't going as far as it used to, but I actually see that you're going to find lots of discounts in order to make a little go a long way. Now, also, I would say just be a little bit mindful of contracts, okay? Especially if you have, and this is coming up a lot recently, actually, especially if you tried a free trial, okay, on something. Whatever that is, if you've got a free trial and it's in motion, it could be coming to the end of its expiry date, and that means you're locked in. You're connected, you're attached to it. So if you tried a trial for free, whether it's 14 days, 28 days, whatever it is, if you don't want it anymore and you just wanted to use it for the free trial, then make sure you cancel it before the due dates, because there is a rollover energy in your monthly energy, and it may shock you that you're locked into this contract for like 18 months or 12 months or 24 months, whatever it is, and you're like, no, that's not what I wanted. So I feel just watch out for that. Walk away from it before it becomes something that you're attached to. Now, we've also got the upright of the Queen of Pentacles, because of course it will go into the upright there. I feel there are two energies coming out from this card. Basically, you may be dealing with someone who's a little bit stubborn, okay? And I would say you're being very successful in your life in general. And this is what it looks like to other people. So they may not see how hard you struggle to get to where you are right now and how difficult it has been, but they look at you and they see that you've got things that they want that they're not capable of having right now. So just be a little bit mindful of who you tell what's going on in your life to, because I feel there's a little bit of envy swirling around you right now. So just watch out for that. But also, the second energy I've got with this Queen of Pentacles, it indicates that you're being very diligent this month. You have a lot of dedication and stamina, basically to the people that you really care about. Of course, you're a really good friend. You're someone who's very nurturing and caring, but also you're really focusing on the things that you love doing, your goals. And I feel like you're being true to what you need to accomplish this month. And there's going to be a lot of opportunities and people who come in to help you, because this is you attracting alliances, strong alliances, whether it's people in the neighborhood to help you, whether it's family members to help you. It doesn't always have to be about business. This could be about you integrating yourself into a community that you really love. So it could be that you're connecting to a hobby, or maybe there's a group of people where you can learn something and you are really accepted into the group and they feel like family. They're really supportive. So I feel, there's an energy here of you connecting to hobbies or something that you really enjoy doing, and the people engulf you and you kind of like become one of the community or one of the group quite quickly because you are very lovable and very likable. Also, I'm getting a strong energy with this card that you're thinking about increasing your finances. I feel at the end of the month you will see that some of your acquisitions or your investments will yield some sort of payoff there. I mean, a lot of you are stepping into some sort of period where you're attracting more wealth. So whether it's you're making certain decisions on the finances that you have already, maybe you're going to find an account that gives like a really good interest rate, higher than ever before. It can be that you're going to put your finances in there and see more money accumulate. For others, it could be that you're putting new money-making ideas into practice. Some of you will sell something from the home space as well, pre-loved goods, so that you can get a financial exchange and it's more money in your pocket there. Ultimately, I see a lot of you trying also to become more nomadic in your working environment. So if you are in a career, I feel like you're trying to either get online or try some way to do something freelance so that you can earn as you travel. Some of you may even go into the travel industry as well there too. But it's very important for you to have a base and a grounding energy there too. I feel a lot of you, the majority energy this month is all about growth, personal growth and grounding. And it's about spending more time with the people that you care about and love. But also I feel with that Two of Cups initially being in the resistance position, I feel someone has disappointed you or you feel let down by somebody. And I feel for some of you, and not all of you, this is just coming out and I hate giving this message, but if you're a parent or guardian and you book like a babysitter or a childminder, I feel there could be a last minute cancellation or someone lets you down. But I feel the majority energy, if you're relying on someone to help you with something, I feel like actually you have a lot of help around you. So I feel there's lots of people wanting to help, but you may either book somebody or a service is what I'm getting. And last minute either gets rescheduled or canceled. And it feels like, it just feels like you got to try and find an alternative, and it may be a little bit frustrating, but you will find the alternative. Okay, I want you to be aware of that. Now, at the end of the month, because I feel like you're going to be very busy, very productive, and for some of you, you're going to feel a little bit overwhelmed by everything that you have to do at the beginning of the month, but the Hangman is at the end of the month, and this is all about relaxing. I feel some of you are making long-lasting changes in your life because Eight of Wands is transformation, and it will literally turn your world upside down, but it will teach you a lesson, and it will help you open yourself up to new endeavors and opportunities. So it's actually very, very positive. This card can also indicate that you are putting an end to an old way of doing something. So whether it is, something that you're tempted to connect to that is not healthy for you, whether it's a substance, a person, situation, location, I feel like you are taking stock of what you need to move away from or sacrifice in order to get the best in life for you. So also, I see a lot of you are looking at the sacrifices you make for people and situations and where you are not getting anything back. Now, of course, we don't give in order to receive, but I feel a lot of you are noticing a lack of reciprocity in your world right now, and you really are readdressing the balance. It says here, letting go and seeing the world from a new perspective. This card suggests a suspension of disbelief, allowing oneself to be immersed in the dream world to gain new insights. I would say pay close attention to your dreams, okay? And I would say there's a message in your dreams there too. But also I would say this card is a card to relax, not worry about anything, new perspectives. You will know when the time is to act on something. I'm going to pull a card on that because I love this hangman. They're literally on a swing. Okay, now that swing is stationary. Okay, it's not in motion, but you've got the Emperor there. It's like you may be in pause right now to strategize something, but you will know when the right moment is to make some waves, to swing, to move in some way. And I feel, you need to tap into your inner self in order to get the answer for you on that. So if you are thinking about launching a business, entrepreneurship idea, relocation, or make some radical change, a lifestyle change even for you, I feel like you've been thinking about it for some time and this is the month to move forward on it. But let me have a look, because the hangman can also indicate you've been feeling stuck in some area of your life or suspended in some way, on hold. Now, this doesn't have to be with an important relationship or an actual job or anything like that. But if you have been feeling a little bit on hold in a relationship or a job situation, I feel like new opportunities come in and an olive branch is offered, okay? But also the hangman, when it's a suspended energy where you feel like you're on hold, it can indicate that, you're in business mode with the Emperor energy, which means you could be calling like your district council or your financial establishment. Could be that you are calling service providers and you're literally put on hold a lot and it's going to be frustrating, okay? So I feel for some of you, I would say don't give up if you're put on hold on something that's important. Hold on the line and make sure you get it solved, because I feel like some of you could be pushed and pulled in many different directions or led down the garden path. Like, oh, I'm sorry, our department doesn't deal with that. Let me just put you on hold and transfer you to another department. And then suddenly you get disconnected and you're like, what? I've just waited for like 20 minutes or more. Yeah, as you can see there, the 10 of Wands would be like disconnect. Anyway, the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands can indicate that you're under a lot of pressure right now and you need to take respite. You need to take a break, okay? Both emotionally, physically. So I would make sure that you have some time for you. 10 of Wands can also indicate that you've got so much on your plate right now, you're at capacity. You don't have any time for anyone's drama, okay? Especially 5 of Wands is conflict. It can also indicate that you're in training for something and you are trying to do two things. So if, for example, you are trying to hold up a job in one area of your life and you're training to do something else to get a qualification in order to do another job or even a dual job, like 2 jobs on the side, it can be that right now you're going through a lot, but it will be rewarding in time. The hangman is like, it's a process, okay? Some of you may even need to sacrifice one in order to fully engage in the other, because that 10 of Wands, half of it is 5. So that's like the card of surrender. It can be that you need to let go of one aspect of a business or one thing that you do this month because you feel like you can't fit it all in. Honor your energy and your body. If your body is crying out for a rest and you're not giving it that rest, the Tower comes along and it pushes you out of that comfort zone. It may strike you down with like a seasonal cold, for example, to stop you in your tracks. Now, the Tower is not an evil card, okay? It's not a negative card. It's a Aries Scorpio card, which is all about transformation. Can indicate you've seen the signs that something needs to change and you're putting these changes in motion. But if you're feeling stuck in some area of your life, it means there is radical change afoot, because the universe comes in with the Tower when things get critical, okay? If you're feeling stuck for a long time in a certain area, for example, you're finding it hard to find love, suddenly you come out of your comfort zone, go to an event that perhaps you'd never go to normally, suddenly you meet a person there. Can be that, you know, you're thinking about going to an event that you'd love to go to, but on the night you're thinking, you know what, I'm really feeling that maybe I should stay at home. And then you're about to stay at home, but then suddenly that little whisper in your heart says, you know what, just go. Okay, you've booked it, just go. And then you go and actually you meet the person of your dreams. So I feel this is about, you know, breaking out of a cycle of repeat, liberating yourself, because remember, two figures, they leap into the unknown. It's better to take a leap of faith than to stay where you are right now if you're feeling stuck or something hurts. I feel a lot of you are looking at what hurts you in your life right now because of that Three of Swords. What hurts you? Who hurts you? I feel like you're readdressing the balance and breaking free from it. But I have to pull a card on it because the Tower can be a shock, okay? So it can be some shocking news. Eight of Cups can indicate that, you know, for example, I'm just giving an example here because we've got the Queen of Pentacles there. It can indicate that maybe you're renting your property, right? You know, you're renting someone else's property. You're the tenant and the landlord comes along and says, you know what, I'm selling up. So you got to find a new place to live. And you're like, oh my gosh, I love living here. Now you got to go find a new place because that Eight of Cups is to walk away from something. It can also indicate that, you know, perhaps you have like a favorite product that you like using and then suddenly they discontinue it and you're like, what? Why? Everybody buys it. It's so like popular. And you hear that the company is going into administration. Perhaps the people at the top, because we've got the Tower there, perhaps they took too much off the top and didn't reinvest in the business to keep the business running. So, you know, there could be some things going on there. I mean, you got the Fool card again, which really connects to the fact that you've got the Fool card here. So the High Priestess with the Tower, this can indicate some personal revelation there, okay? You know, a reprogramming of some sort of habit that you have, whether it's an enabling behavior that you actually display with a certain person in particular. Maybe there's a person who, you know, you're really connected to this person. There's a deep bond there, but perhaps they've been acting out of character or they've been exhibiting low vibrational behavior. I feel like you may shock this person and say enough is enough. But with that High Priestess, this is a card of ruminating in silence, enlightenment. It feels very much like you've been a little bit on autopilot or stuck in some way where you have to make a decision. And I feel like this is the pinnacle point where you make that radical change. And it will benefit you because the Fool card is like new adventure. It's a lot of potential. So whatever it is that is changing for you, it's actually opening up a new path, a new door. It's very exciting. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Also, some of you, it could be that you have had so much responsibility. You're always on the go. And suddenly you're realizing, actually, I've not given any time for me. I've had no fun. I haven't been going out to events. I haven't been doing all these things. Suddenly you want to break free and have fun. Let your hair down. That Fool card twice is indicating it's time to be open-hearted, to be playful, to get yourself out there and, you know, take the adventure of life. For some of you, this is literally you going on a vacation or moving to a new neighborhood or like suddenly deciding that you want something new and spontaneous in your world. I mean, it could also be like a sudden purchase, for example. So it doesn't always have to be like a life-changing event. It could be that you are in a mode to splurge at the end of the month. But the Hangman is saying, don't rush in. Okay, make sure that you get all the variables in place because there could be a potential for you to find that item at a lower price. Or perhaps, you know, something that has been the obstacle all along, you know, in front of the thing that you've been trying to accomplish, suddenly it's removed and suddenly you're given the go-ahead from the universe. So I feel there is a breakthrough. That Tower for you is representing a breakthrough. However, some of you could hear some shocking news about somebody that you used to know is what I'm hearing as well, okay? It will come as a bit of a shock, but you used to know this person. You may have lost touch with this person. I feel like it gives you a pang of sadness hearing this news. But I feel to some degree it doesn't directly affect you, is what I see there. Now also we've got the Eight of Cups. Now the Eight of Cups, of course, is a card of authenticity. It's a card of a journey of discovery, really going deeper on your path. It's like really ruminating on where you might go, but you must ask the question, where have I been first? So I feel like you're asking, who are you and what steps you want to take on your path that are right for you instead of, adhering to anyone else's expectations. This is a card that indicates that you're seeking, greater authenticity and seeing beyond superficiality. And when you've got the Tower there, and a lot of signs are actually getting the Tower for the end of the month, and that's why, as I said, I'm feeling a little bit nervous about October. But anyway, when I did my yearly readings, October got all the Towers, right? So there's something big. It could be a global shocking news that occurs in October that kind of sets us all off thinking about what are we doing in terms of humanity? What is going on? There's a craziness here. It needs to stop. So it could be something like that that's going on there too. But Eight of Cups with the Hangman, I'd say a lot of you are planning a quick getaway or maybe taking a vacation. Or you may actually go to an event that makes you think about walking away from something that isn't emotionally rewarding for you. This could be a course correction as well. But ultimately, whoever walks away on the Eight of Cups, they walk straight into the Nine of Cups. So this is about you connecting to your hopes and wishes with that manifestation card, the Magician card right there. So I feel like right now, what you're attracting more of in your life is more finances and deeper connections with the people that you love. And for some of you, you may also be manifesting a soulmate in there too. I feel like everything is coming together, but this is a big month for you to really connect to the things that you really want in your life and really disconnect from the things that have been hurting you, okay? So I'm just going to go and get some final cards before we close your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? Whoa, okay. Look at that. Straight in the water. A lot of you, there's some sort of draw to water at the end of the month. So whether it's you're taking a vacation there, some of you, as I said, will maybe be proposed there. Water. Now, water can also indicate that you need to hydrate. Okay, so if you're feeling a little bit dehydrated, sorry, I'm just drawing up these cards. They're like my little babies. I don't like any of them to, get hurt or destroyed in any shape or form. And although I shuffle the cards all the time, it's unusual for them to actually go into the scrying bowl there too. I'm actually being given an image. One moment, please. I'm seeing a tire in the water. A tire, okay? So either, if you've got a car, perhaps, you need to change a tire this month. Maybe some of you have just noticed something to do with your tire. I would definitely get that looked into. The wheel... I can't tell whether it's a wheel of a car or a lorry or anything. I'm just seeing a tire, okay? So I don't know what else spiritually that would mean. Can mean progress. Can mean, there is forward motion. Could also indicate that, because I'm seeing the tire without the hubcap and things like that, it could indicate that something has been inflated, but, has no substance. Doesn't have a part, for example. So maybe it's someone's ego inflated, but there's no substance there. Could also indicate an opportunity. Seems too good to be true. Look out for that. But the main energy I get from it is if you've got a car, check your tire. You may have a puncture. Maybe for some of you also, it could be that it's representing forward motion after a long period of feeling like you didn't have all the variables or resources in order to move forward. It feels like you're coming out of a comfort zone or an obstacle is being removed. And I'm not surprised to see the key there because this represents a breakthrough. Okay, it says here, answers being given if you're soul searching, which that High Priestess indicates a lot of you are asking big philosophical questions, especially because of your fourth house. And it says unlock revelation. So this tower, it mainly represents revelation for you this month rather than such a shocking physical thing happening. And it says open, yes, breakthrough, solution, fate, and karma. So a great month, and you're unlocking something that is really dear to your heart. So whether it's, an opportunity, whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's a deeper bond with the people you care about, whatever your heart's desire is this month, I feel like you're attracting more of the good stuff. We've also got tree. Okay, now Tree of Life really does connect to the Hangman energy, but also this is about stability, it's about wealth, it's about knowledge. And a lot of you may even think about putting yourself on a course of learning in order to bloom as a human, rather than just use it as, a tool to elevate in career. A lot of you may even do both because of that Temperance card there. We've got longevity, health, growth, ancestry, past life, deeply rooted, expansion, and slow. Now, yes, things have been slow for you, but they will pick up. But I also see someone right now, it's a very cliched image I'm seeing. You know when the old style, like hypnotism, where you'd see someone like putting like a little pocket watch back and forth, back and forth. Some of you may be curious about past life regression. And I feel it really will help you unlock some things about yourself, because I feel there's personal revelation here. So maybe that's something you're going into this month or curious about, and you will book it. And it will be something you'll connect to later on. So we've got Bouquet, which is all about blossoming, personal growth. Really interesting. I should have said it and I didn't. Maybe I mentioned it briefly. But before I came to your reading, I saw one word in the water. Normally I'm given something, but I dismiss it. I'll write it down normally if I think it may have connection to a reading, but I won't allow it to influence the reading that I'm about to do, because sometimes these things are for me, or they're just passing energies that are floating on by. But I saw the word growth, okay, in the water. So I feel this is a period to blossom, to thrive, and basically, these are sunflowers. So this indicates that you're going where your heart feels truly happy and where you feel comfortable, where you yearn to be. And it says here, a gift, joy, beauty, happiness, blossoming, appreciation, invitation, and attention. I see a lot of invitation energy in and around the end of the month for you as well. And this is about bringing more joy into your life and more art, falling in love with your life or romance in your life in some way. So a big month to make some major changes. And I feel once you've got those changes underway, you're going to feel truly secure and happy in yourself, but also in your soul tribe unit as well. So I'm just going to go and get some trinkets or rune before we close. We've only got one. Oh, look at that. Happy. Yeah, I feel that's really it. That's the crux of it all. You just want to be happy, even in terms of world events. I feel like you're the sort of person who's like, why can't people just get along? I mean, we're all complex, of course, and we're not all made the same way. And some people want certain things that other people don't want, right? But I feel like at the end of the day, all us humans, on a very deep level, we just want to be happy. We just want to be able to lead a peaceful, harmonious life, get on with each other, pay the bills because we got to, right? But at the same time, we just want to have this oneness, togetherness with the people that we care about, and just live a life where we can be comfortable. And I feel that's at the heart, at the root of you in general, not just this month. But ultimately, I do see that you will be happy, and I feel like you're making long-lasting changes for that to be your everyday present norm, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. May not resonate for everybody, but, I have to honor the energy and the cards that popped out for you. And if it does resonate in any shape or form, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians, and love and light.